We traveled up the coast a little bit up to Atlanta Motor Speedway for tonight's coverage of the Full Throttle Sim Racing Truck Series Atlanta 200. Second super speedway of the race of the season, back to back after hot on the heels of Daytona, and we are here again for another super speedway race. My name is Bertie Hanna. Beside me in the booth tonight for Full Throttle Television is Richie Coy. And Richie, we have another fast and furious race here tonight, another super speedway back to back. These drivers are going to have a lot to handle here tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited for tonight. I got to tell you, this is like a short track super speedway, and what I mean by that is that it's tight. These trucks have to be side by side. Three wide is going to be really tough here, and it drives like a short track because you got to make turns here. You got to worry about your tires here, but you're also drafting here. So it is definitely an interesting concept that they put out here. So I'm really excited for tonight.
It is an interesting dynamic. They're going to be even tighter here than at Daytona for sure. The groove's more narrow. The racing's a little more intense because you've got a mile less of a track. I mean, things happen quick here too. You're going to be right on top of each other, right on top of the wall. And there's a lot of new here as well when it comes to pit stops because we now have the pitting off of turn 3 or into turn 3 where the guys have to stay on the apron through 3 and 4. So if we get green flag pit stops, it could be interesting there as well.
Yeah, actually, I haven't had a chance to actually try out this new pit road they put in here going down the backstretch. So you have to actually enter pit road going into the apron of turn 3. There's a line there with the commitment cone, and then you have to go all the way around on the apron to hit the actual pit road speed and at the entrance of pit road. So you have the whole apron through 3 to try to navigate, which I can't see that being the greatest pavement in the world to try to get around. So that should be some interesting if we get some green flag pit stops.
Yeah, we're going to look at the track analysis tonight. I forgot to change the track name once again, but Atlanta Motor Speedway, mile and a half here, but it races like a super speedway. I think handling, honestly, will come into effect here as we run, as the tires wear. You're going to see some of the guys have some issues with handling, and I think the best handling truck is honestly going to be the one at the front towards the end for sure. We talked about coming off the heels of Daytona. We'll look at our point standings after Daytona. Kyle Milliken getting the win there last Wednesday night at Daytona, and in pretty sharp fashion there. Merrick Washburn is behind him. But Kyle did a great job to take on the win last night. Last week, Elevated Esports really stepped up, and they were the ones to talk about there at Daytona.
So it looks like they brought a pretty good piece here tonight. We got Justin Diltz, Kyle Milliken, Robert Malikian, David Nestor, all in the top of the speed charts here in practice. So while a lot of stuff will carry over from Daytona, it being a little bit more tight here, and a little bit smaller of a racetrack, I'm curious to see if they can have as much success tonight as they did last week.
Yeah, passing's going to be on a premium for tonight for sure. It's going to be tough to pass out there, tough to get. I mean, track position is going to be so important here tonight at Atlanta. Looking forward to, while we're waiting for these guys to head to qualifying, Atlanta tonight. Then we've got Auto Club next week, and then we head to the road courses, or the road courses Circuit of the Americas, then in Vegas and Homestead, a couple mile and a half. So definitely something you want to start off strong here. The first 2 races being a super speedway, it makes it tough for some of these guys to start off strong because so much is out of your control. But the ones that do make it through tonight and last week, with a solid points gap, are going to be really set up going forward.
Yeah, when I go into these type of races, the first thing I'm always trying to do is survive. And the first 2 weeks here with the 2 super speedways, those that survive the best will come out obviously with hopefully a pretty big points lead. So when we start to get into the meat and potatoes of the season, surviving these two weeks are going to be very important.
For sure. The drivers have ticked over to qualifying. We're going to start setting some qualifying laps. See who starts up front. You know, we talked about track position is key. We do have a stage tonight. The full race distance is 134 laps, but 130 laps. The stage is going to be at lap, what did I set it as? 45?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Let's look. Yeah, 45. 45 would be your stage. tonight. So this guy's going to be racing to get to that point, and then from there on, you're going to have a green flag stop if you stay green from that point forward.
Does our race administrator hopefully know that it's for lap 45?
I'm thinking so.
I hope so too. So, but yeah, this is the stage racing always ends up breaking the race up a little bit, and we're going a little bit longer with the stages this year. So, hopefully that puts a little bit of strategy back into somehow how these guys are racing tonight. So we got our first comment from Colby, who's supposed to be in his truck qualifying it. He says we're a little bit quiet. We're a little bit quiet on the stream, so.
Well, I did turn us down because I didn't want to be too loud, but here we go.
Oh, come on. We have to be loud. Come on, man. Actually, I'm looking at Kobe on the racetrack right now, and his, was it Little Blue Designs number 8 or whatever it is? With the truck's brown, so.
Well, I mean, I don't expect him to know his colors. I mean,
that truck actually always reminds me of the old Snickers car. Was it the the Hillman Brothers Snickers car?
Yep, it does. It looks like the Snickers. Yeah, for sure. And that was a cool paint scheme. That's what they're going for. So who we have out on this? We got everybody's out there. I'm just watching some of these guys qualify here.
So a little birdie told me before the race that the winner and second place from last year are not in this race tonight, having one of FTSR's closest finishes last year. And I couldn't for the life of me remember, but apparently that was me and you.
Yes. So we do have a little bit of a history here. We finished by 0.003. I was able to actually I just nipped that one at the line for sure, but it was very, very close between us. Now we're up here in the booth side by side, so we're going to stay side by side for the whole race instead of to the finish line here.
I'm pretty sure you probably tried to wreck me. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So hopefully you don't wreck me up here.
Yeah,
we got
sure.
35 trucks out here, 36 trucks out here tonight, so it's a really good field.
It is a strong field of trucks here. We're watching these
guys. A lot of good guys.
The elevated guys starting where they left off last week. Right now looking like they're at the top of the board here.
It looks like them and the team not from California is also having a strong outing going here, and Pepto Joe up there too.
All right, while we wait for qualifying to finish up here again, like I said, we've got a long race ahead of us, but racing to lap 45 to begin with. We'll have a pit stop and we'll go from there. These guys have 4 sets of tires to use throughout the night. So that is one thing they'll kind of keep in mind there. Don't want to burn through those tires. And again, like I said, Richie, I think handling's going to be a factor here as we go forward.
If I remember correctly, it certainly was. It was definitely this track wears tires out, and if I remember correctly, after about 15 laps or so, trucks in 3 and 4 specifically started to get a little bit loose to the point where I think we were actually lifting a little bit going through 3 and 4 to make it through the corner without spinning out. So I'm expecting, if we're going to have any issues, I'm expecting to probably see some issues through 3 and 4.
Yeah, 3 and 4. I mean, again, the track being so tight, the groove being so narrow. I mean, there's a way you can get around this track 3 wide, but it's it's tough to do because everybody has to be very, very conscious of how wide their truck is and where they are on the track.
Yeah, it's super tight for sure.
All right,
looks like we're done with qualifying.
Qualifying is completed here. Let's see if we can get these guys started gridding up here, and we'll go through our starting lineup.
I believe we might have our first career FTSR pole tonight.
All right, well, let's start it off with the starting lineup. On pole tonight for the Atlanta 200 is going to be Chris Gore in the 89. To his outside is going to be teammate Ryan Chapman in the number 10. Robert Malikian will start third with William Lark in the 00 starting 4th place. The one of Corey Atkins is going to start 5th. To his outside is going to be the 42 of Kyle Milliken. Starting 7th is the 53 of Joe Flanagan. I shorted it by 1 there. And in 8th spot is going to be the 43 of Lewis Meglin. Starting 9th is the 6 of James Torrey. And ending out the top 10 is going to be the 15, Nicholas Moreau.
Starting 11th, we have David Nestor. 12th will be James Morris. 13th will be the 45 of Zach Young, and to his outside and 14th will be the 4 of Brendan Polk. 15th is TJ Bartel in the 28, and 16th is Keaton Pipe in the 21. The next row has Jason Chilton in the 52, the actual 52, not the 53. In 17th, and then we have the 00 Ryan Lark in 18th. Followed up by Marshall Johnson in the 9 and 19th, and Chad Lane in the 3 and 20th.
Starting 21st is going to be Wayne Grassi in the number 7. To his outside is the 22 of Justin Diltz. I'm sorry, the 91 of Justin Diltz. Starting 23rd is going to be the 51 of Merrick Watchburn. To his outside is going to be the 2 of Alan Duranco. 25th is going to be Colby Meese. To his outside is the 11, Tony Solari. 27th is going to be Markyle Henderson, making his second start with the league. To his outside is another second-time starter, the 70 of Don Buckingham. 28th is Sherwood Williford. 29th, Jason Kofi. 30th is going to be Joseph Burgess. 31st, Donald Bell. 32nd is going to be Ryan Heisler. 33rd, Michael Blackner. Ty Burnett, Ryan Lark, and Bobby Terrell will round out your 36 truck starting grid.
That's a lot of trucks.
It is a lot of trucks indeed. And I tell you, I'm just shocked that the 94 of Terrell is going to be in the back.
I know he might have had some connection issues, so I'm hoping that was part of why he didn't qualify. So hopefully he's got that all. Looks like he's at 100 quality, so hopefully he's got that all straightened up now for the race.
Yeah, actually, I don't even see him rolling off pit road yet either. So unfortunately, I don't know if he's going to be able to start, but we will follow up on that for sure. So again, you got 1, 2, 3 for elevated, again showing out here in the truck series. We'll see if they can hang on to that. And behind them, you got 2 teammates, Corey Atkins and William Lark with the Carolina boys. Kyle Milliken back there, last week's winner. Joe Flanagan up there. A lot of strong trucks. We'll see who can survive tonight and who can come home victorious here at Atlanta.
Oh, now's the time, boys. You got to reach up, pull them belts tight. You got to pray to whatever God you're going to pray to, and get your foot down, man. Let's get it going right here.
Pace car is off. Here we come. Down to the green flag. Green flag's out, and we are underway here at Atlanta.
They are 2x2, which I expect them to run side by side a lot like here, like we usually do with at the draft track. But we do actually have some separation on the outside lane.
Coming out of turn 2, they are
the
still side by side. Everybody lining up on the inside. Somebody dropping to the apron down back there.
That would be the 00. It looks like Ryan Lark, maybe. And
James
the 70
Morris.
Buckingham.
James Morris always also dropping back there. Everybody trying to get in line and probably trying to just be conservative here to start. But these guys up front are going at it. They are still side by side up front for the lead.
We got Chris Score on leading the inside lane. We got Ryan Chapman on the outside lane. We've already had Diane Chapman in the chat talking about he needs to drive it like he stole it. So far so good on that front.
Yeah, did some qualifying. He's going to try to lead this lap and does so. Give that lap to Ryan Chapman. That's 1 bonus point this year, Richie. The bonus points can add up for leading a lap, leading the most laps, and even having a clean race with no incidents.
Yeah, so I think we've expanded a little bit. You lead a lap, you get a point. You lead the most laps, you get a point. You win the pole, you get a point. You win the fastest lap, you get a point. And then anybody in the race that has 0 incidents also gets a point. So there's lots and lots of bonus points up for grabs, and championships can be won by bonus points for sure this year.
Lots of ways to earn bonus points. Plus, you got the stage points on top of that, and you get 5 extra. You get five more points in second place if you win these races. So, lots of ways to earn points. There could be a lot of shuffling going on as well, points wise. So, it's going to be fun to kind of follow along for that. But again, these guys
So
up front, they look like they're on the pace lap, Reggie.
pace lap at 178 miles an hour. That's like going down. That's like going down my local highway here in Jersey. But it looks like what happened to Bobby Terrell's truck, it was terminal as they pushed it behind the wall. He's not joining the race tonight, which is unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. Something's going on with the connection there, and iRacing's releasing some updates. They're going to make that even more important to make sure your connection's under good condition, or else you're going to end up on pit road. So that should be interesting coming down the pipe for season 2.
Yeah, they called that the network flag or some network. Network flag. That's it. iRacing's inventing new flags. We have the yellow flag, the white flag, and now we have the network flag.
It'd be nice if they had the stage flag, but that's a discussion for another night.
That's a different day. So anyway, they're still side by side here, almost all the way back through the pack. Unlike at Daytona, I don't think you lose the draft as quickly here. If you get a little bit way in the back, you can still actually catch the main pack pretty good. So looks like pretty much every truck except for 2 or 3 are in the main pack still.
Yeah, you even saw some of the guys drop to the back. I'm sure just kind of preserving what they have, making sure they I guess they foresee an accident happening at some point. We saw a lot of trucks out of shape in practice, so I wouldn't really count that out as impossible or even improbable, to be honest with you. We saw a lot of trucks struggling with handling even on new tires.
Yeah, I'm looking at, like I said, like about lap 15 where it starts to get that danger zone of handling. And then as you get into corners, the aero can push you around even, so the handling is going to come to a lot effect later in the run even more than it does now. But yeah, hopefully everybody hangs on, and it's so, as you can see, we're still on the pace lap. I don't think anybody has moved up at all here. It's pretty much where you started is where you're running at this particular moment.
Yeah, it is just like a parade out there, to be honest with you. There's nowhere to go. I mean, if you want to make a pass, how do you make a pass here? These trucks are pretty much, they move around a little bit, so they pretty much take up the whole track running 2 wide. You try to force it 3 wide, and you're just asking for an accident, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to be 3 wide, but as the tires wear out, maybe we can actually get a couple guys to some holes to break up in the lanes here, and then maybe people can start making their way forward here. But so far, it's still Chris Gore out front with Ryan Chapman on his outside.
Just looking through the field there, you got elevated up front. You got the Carolina boys right there in the mix. Lewis Macklin having a good run in the 43 as well in 6th place. Nicholas Moreau up there in 8th. So you got quite a mix. And there's Zach Young once again. We talked about last week. We talked about kind of an unknown with him being newer to the league. Up there again, another strong top 10 finish. Unfortunately, he had ran into some issues at the end of the Daytona race, but he was running strong up there as well.
Yeah, we got a bunch of new guys out. He's got that reverse monster truck going on there, so that looks pretty good. It's a nice looking little truck. Behind him, we got James Torrey and Justin Diltz, two guys that have been in the league for quite some time right now. But looks like Ryan Chapman kind of took the lead on that one.
You see 3 wide there. Merrick Watchburn forcing the issue, going to the inside of the 2, I believe, of
Alan Duranko.
Alan Duranko, and Dallin's actually in the wall right now. So, and now the 7's going to follow him through. Wayne Grassi, the 2 of Duranko got the wall a little bit. Tight corners. They touch there going into the corner. Wayne dips out of that. There's close quarters with TJ Bartell, and they're 3 wide once again.
I got TJ and Wayne in the middle. I don't know, maybe the handling's going to weigh on Alan's truck a little bit, and people are starting to get a little frustrated, especially the guys back in the pack that think they should be moving forward, and with nowhere to go, they're going to have to start making their own ways forward. So, yeah, it looks like the 51 truck was definitely pushing the issue there, but they all made it through.
Going back up front, Chris Gore and Ryan Chapman continue to lead their respective lines. They switch lead every lap, it seems like, but they are out front of their 2 lines, and that's kind of where it is. Now we're seeing 3 wide once again back here. as the 91 of Justin Dilts goes to the inside of the 45, that being Zach Young, and the 51 of Merrick Watchman trying to follow him through.
Ooh, that 45 just touched the wall a little bit. They're really starting. This is where I'm saying they're going to start pushing the issue here. Unfortunately, we're right around lap 15. We got 3 wide again with TJ.
The 7 into
Just touched
45.
the wall.
Yeah.
Now the 45 is going backwards behind the 62 there of Marco Henderson. So this is where frustrations start to happen a little bit, but you're also getting some of the tire wear going away, and some of the trucks may start having some ill handling effects.
Lap 15 of 130 here tonight. And again, we're racing lap 45. Still got a long way to go to the stage break. So you're going to see this become more and more of an issue handling-wise as we go forward.
Well, hopefully they can still continue to use their heads out there and not their bumpers, because it's 180 miles an hour. I don't want to be using my bumper at 180 miles an hour to move people out of the way, because it is, like I said, it's that short track style super speedway racing, because everybody's all close together and tight.
It's a short track super speedway. Yeah, good luck with that, guys.
That's my new term. Short track super speedway.
It is. I mean, that's exactly what, because you're bunched so close together and it happens so quick. But yeah, here you are doing 180 miles an hour doing it too. So yeah, that's an interesting concept that we have here. 1.5 mile super speedway, and it's you feel like you're in a blender.
Yeah, because unlike Daytona, it takes seems like forever to get around the racetrack. Here, they're going around in 30-second laps, so it's almost half the distance of Daytona, and it's super quick. Everything happens so quickly here, and unfortunately, so to wreck.
I was going to say,
like I said, everybody.
I was just thinking about that. It's as closely packed as they are. If something happens, it's going to be a huge wreck.
Yeah, and it happens super quick. Guys aren't going to be able to slow down for it, because if it happens in front of them and they don't see it, it's going to be tough for them because you're just going so fast. Looks like we've had Mark Kyle in the wall a couple times there back in the 62.
He's another one that's kind of learning things as he goes. Had a good run going at Daytona, and unfortunately had an accident with the 15 late there. Just kind of a misjudgment on his part, and ends up turning the 15. Gets involved in that wreck, but up to that point, man, he was very impressive. Made it through the big wreck as well. We remember seeing that. He did a heck of a job getting through the wreck.
Yeah, there was a couple of guys that made it through a couple of them wrecks really well. A lot of that is unfortunately, a lot of that is luck. Some of it's skill. A lot of times when them happen on the big tracks like that, I just close my eyes and aim for a hole and hope I don't get hit by anybody. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, it's you just got to keep driving.
I don't know. I keep looking up at the front of the pack, and I just my
There's a lot of moving around.
Yeah, and I'm frustrated up here because it's like, all right, somebody go, but
yeah,
the draft package the way it is, it's where you going.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't get away.
Now I do think Ryan Chapman was clear there down the straight, decided to stay up top. So it looks like he's more comfortable up top. I'm telling you, though, these trucks start to slide around a little bit right about now, about 20 laps. You're going to start seeing them move around even more. And that could be an issue because there's only so much room on the track.
Well, what I'm seeing is Markel and the 45. They made it through. I believe they made it through. No caution.
They did. Looks like it's got some...
Split up the pack a little bit. It looked like Markile got a little bit loose and came down and got into the side of the 45.
Todd's got an issue here. He's slow on the front stretch right here. We'll go back real quick and see what happened to him. Best one time Autocare instant replay here on the back.
There's a wreck. The leader is wrecked. It's a big one on the front stretch. Oh boy. The leader, I didn't see what happened. I was just going back to look at the leaders, and the 89 was around.
43's parked there, waiting for traffic to clear. Man, we were just going to go back and see what happened to Todd. We'll go back and look at the first wreck first. We'll come back to this one. Best one tire and Autocare instant replay. See what happened. Something happened up front with these guys. He gets into the back of a truck, gets turned around. ends up on pit road. But everybody keeps going straight here. We'll look at it one more time with the
Well,
Marco
exactly
Henderson
what
gets
I was
loose. And,
exactly what I was looking at before is what happened to the 89.
That was the first wreck. Now we'll go to the caution here and see what happened.
Oh, I didn't even see that Todd Burnett one. Oh, I'm looking at one on the replay. I'm a little behind you on that one, but it looks like the 89 got loose. It's that's exactly what I was talking about. These trucks, when the handling starts to go away, right in 3 and 4, the trucks start to get loose, and it looks like the 89 got loose and spun up into Kyle Milliken. Kyle Malikian.
Here we go. Looking at the
Kyle
replay
in.
now with 89. He gets loose, goes up, tags Kyle right in front of the 43, and then looks like there's more cars involved when Kyle Milliken comes down the track. We'll see if we can watch him and see what happened from there. Trying to look for...
TJ Bartel was in it.
Kyle's still out there on track. Let's go back and look at it here.
Lewis Meglin's in it. The 2 of Donald Duranko's in it.
89 gets loose, tags the 42. He goes up in the wall, pushes him on down the track. And as all this is going on, actually, those guys do a pretty good job of keeping it going.
'52 might have touched the wall a little bit in the back.
And I don't think Kyle pitted, did he?
No, he didn't.
Robert Malikian right on board. He sees it and he sneaks by. That's pretty good.
So did Flanagan and Diltz. All did a good job of missing that.
43 Lewis Meglin. He sees it happen right in front of him. 89 gets the wall. He tries to get by and gets hit from behind. Who is that tagged to 43 there?
Just gets loose and snapped up. I don't think that's race-ending damage for anybody, though.
I don't think so. And to be honest with you, fewer cars than I expected. There's about 4, maybe 5 cars that got some significant damage there. Whoever was in the back of the 43 hit him pretty good and stayed on. I'm trying to find out who that was.
It had Premier on the side of it. It had Premier, I think, setups on the side of it. But, we're actually going down the backstretch here. Lights are out. We're going into 3, coming to the restart here. Ryan Chapman on the pole, out in the lead here. And now we have the 24 of William Lark, who is outside with Kyle in 3rd and Robert Malikian in 4th, followed by Nick Moreau up 5 spots to 5th. So
Kyle touched the wall, but I don't think he's got much damage. He decided not to pit there, so he stayed out. But we do have some new players up there. William Lark now on the outside of the 10 of Ryan Chapman. And I'm sorry, the 24 of Lark, the 10 of Chapman. Green flag's out, and we are back racing here at Atlanta.
Now, Ryan had just cleared Chris going down the backstretch right before that wreck. So now that he's out front, he obviously moved down, and he's going to stay in the bottom lane. He ran the outside lane for the most of the first part of this race, so we'll see how he does in the bottom.
Yeah, you got fewer trucks up top right now. And now we got one moving around. It's at the 42. Kyle Milliken slides up the track and right in front of traffic. Oh, man. Maybe he should have pitted. Maybe he had more damage than he thought. Maybe he got a bad push. I don't know. We're going to go back and look at that.
He slides right into the side of Colby and in front of Sherwood and Tony. Spicy's in it. That wreck got spicied.
See if we can go back and look at it right here. See if, nope, he didn't get a push or nothing. He just starts wiggling down into turn 3, up the track right in front of, who was that? He came right up in front of there.
He came up right in front of. He hit Colby and Sherwood. Yeah, Sherwood's in the white 5.
Oh, okay. What's the car behind him? The black.
Behind Sherwood?
The one that T-boned Kyle.
That's Tony.
That is Tony. Of course,
Yeah.
Tony was going to be right there in it. Of course.
Yeah, he backs into the side of Colby, and then Tony and Sherwood are side by side.
It's right on board with Tony here.
Sure, Tony got a lot of damage on that one, believe it or not.
Well, I'm wanting to know who T-boned. It was the 8 truck. No, it was the one behind. I'll find it myself. It was Sherwood. It was Sherwood.
Yeah,
it was Sherwood I was talking about. All right, let's ride on board with Sherwood then. Riding down the backstretch, and here comes the 42 of the truck, man.
Yeah, that was and it just looks like the truck just broke loose going down the backstretch. So I don't know, maybe it was just old tires.
I'm right on board with. Yeah, I don't know. He just starts wiggling down the backstretch, and then it breaks loose, and up the track in front of the pack, and yeah, man. More tore up trucks.
All right, you have Sherwood in a different car than I do. That's why the truck. That's why I have him in a white truck.
Yeah, the white truck I saw was the Monster Energy truck, so he's the one that snuck by that. Well, 29 laps on the board. They're going to come to, or 28. It's going to be 29 here. Come to the choose.
Oh, we're just hearing from, and I can't believe that he had too much damage, but apparently Tony is pulling in and saying that he had too much damage. Didn't look like he really hit anything out there. And it's somebody saying that Sherwood might have found his rival for next week, for this week. So
yeah, well, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, he was just riding along, and the 42 ended up in his lap. So I'm not sure, he had nothing to do with the initial start of it, but yeah, definitely. I mean, of all people, that's going to land right in Sherwood's lap. It seems like, there's a couple guys have bad luck. He's one of them. TJ's one of them, and Tony always seems to be involved.
Yeah, we got TJ in the last wreck, and we got Sherwood and Tony in this one. And I'm sure Tony's probably got like 45 seconds of damage, which is about too much damage.
Too much to repair.
Poor Tony.
We still got a long way to go, man. We've already had.
We're not even to the stage yet.
Yeah.
So we're coming down the backstretch. The pace car is about to pull off the track, and still Ryan Chapman and William Lark on the front row. This time Roberts on third, and now we got two Carolina boys on up front now because we have Corey Atkins in fourth. So
yep,
two teammates.
Carolina boys on the outside, Elevated Esports on the inside. We're going to get the green flag here. We'll see what kind of start he gets. Green flag's out, and we are back rolling here at Atlanta, trying to get the lap 45, lap 30 of 45 to the stage.
Yeah, these plate tracks like that, these are one of the tracks that restart rule never plays well with, because you always want to, as the leader, you want to get that jump. But the plate tracks, you get a jump, and you get eaten up possibly on the backstretch here, but with his teammate behind him, I'm sure he'll be fine.
Through 3 and 4, the 10's going to take the lead here. And here comes the teammates on the outside.
With them pushing like that, there's another contact between the 53 and the 91.
Oh, we got
yellow.
More cars spun around here. One comes in late there. Cautions breed cautions.
Yeah, it's James Torrey, the 00's in it. TJ again.
Justin
although
Diltz.
not the 45.
Yeah. I saw him come in there. Yeah, it's unfortunate. And that started about the 4th or 5th row up there, so there's a lot of trucks had to go through that.
Yeah, just looking at it real quick, it looks like the 91 tried to move from the outside lane to the inside lane, but the old adage, not clear, and unfortunately got together with Pepto Joe over there.
Oh, he was not. He tried to go low, and Joe was there. Wow.
Yeah. Didn't look like Pepto's got too much damage, but I said the same thing about Tony, and he's coming back saying he got meatballed
And then
and was told too much damage. So
the 45 comes in there late and hits him. So we'll see if we can see this again. Different angle. Going down the front stretch, there was a hole, then there wasn't a hole. There definitely was not a hole there. And 91 goes around, touches a few trucks, and unfortunately right in front of I believe that's the 45.
yeah, the 45. At these speeds with trucks going up and down the racetrack, sometimes it's just hard to judge where a truck's going to be when you get there. And I think the 45 just really had nowhere to go at that particular point.
Let's watch it on board with the 53 here. Going down the front stretch, 91's just trying to get down, I think, and he just misjudged. I mean, he just misjudged and wasn't able to get in that hole. Oh, and the 53 had someone below him. What was that?
I missed that.
He was on an apron. It's the 24 down there. I guess the 53 was slowing down. The 24 goes to the apron and ends up underneath the 53.
Oh, yeah, okay, yep. Yeah, he was probably just trying to avoid the
and one more shot.
avoid the incidents.
Right on board the 45 because I want to see. He just ends up, unfortunately, just T-boning the 91 there.
And that 24 that you're seeing right there is actually the 69 of Donald Bell. That's the Jeff Gordon tribute car. That's actually the 69.
And it's just a lot of smoke, and then a car appears. It's tough. Well, we're still trying to get to that stage break. Lap 34. We're getting closer.
So I think what's going on here is all these tires. We got some old tires on these trucks. Tires have cooled down from all these cautions, and when we're getting back up to speed here, I think we might be having some issues there with some of these tires. So I think guys need to kind of settle in a little bit, and let's get to the stage here, guys.
Saw the 62 coming out of the pits. I'm a little concerned. I think he was passing everybody when he came out. He's probably going to have to give those up. I don't know, but we'll see. Not for me to discuss up here. We'll see. We'll see what iRacing has to say about that when we go back green. Down the backstretch, they are lined up 2x2, though. We are going back racing. Again, it's Ryan Chapman on the inside, William Lark on the outside in the actual 24. You have Robert Malikian and Merrick Watchburn on the inside. And on the outside, you've got Robert Malikian. No, you got Corey Atkins and
Nicholas Moreau is out there.
Nicholas Moreau on the outside. So
yeah, we got Wayne Grassi started 21st. He's up to 7th, and Merrick, 21st, and Merrick Watchorn started 23rd, and he's up to 5th. So we do have some movers.
You say America? I thought you said something about America.
America.
All right, we're green flag racing back here in Atlanta, and another good jump by Ryan Chapman, who was actually in our scrap last season here at Atlanta when we were able to finish 1-2. He was one of the guys up front pushing, so there's no surprise to me that those guys are strong.
Yeah, Ryan Chapman is one of the elder statesmen over at Elevated. So no surprise he's up front. And again, we're at a plate track, so no surprise that Elevated is up front. But I'm watching that 51. He's the one that made it 3 wide a little bit back, and I'm watching for him to maybe to make some moves here and maybe possibly ruffle some feathers as we go forward here, come to the stage.
Well, he's definitely shown he's got the aggression to try to make moves. And so far, it's worked out. Oh, you see the one out of shape, the 24 out of shape. The one goes down.
Guys, save it. Oh, we got Carolina Boyd by another one. Looks like they saved. Nope, yellow out.
There they go. They finally wrecked it on the front stretch. Caution is out.
Right in the middle. All three Carolina boys got involved in that.
Yep. And now we got trucks wrecked into turn 1.
Oh,
The
Pepto's in it again a little
the
bit.
the fake 24 is wrecked again with the 53.
Did they wreck going down into 1? Yes, they did. Oh, in the fence. Oh man. Yep, I'm wondering. I'm. Every day I get up and I think about coming in here and doing these broadcasts. I think to myself, really, do I want to broadcast? And then I watch the race and I'm like, yes, I want to broadcast.
See if we go back and look and see what happened here. We are on the wrong truck for some reason. See what happened to the 53 here. He ends up down the track. So all this happens. It develops in front of him. He's trying to figure out where to go. Almost makes it through. Oh, he catches and probably got steering damage there. Comes down into the fake 24 and spins him out. Well, let's see what actually triggered this to begin with. We'll have to go back and look and see what happened to the 1 because he got out of shape.
Yeah, it kind of looked like a miss, maybe possibly a miss push. Like he maybe got loose as he was getting pushed.
And I'm trying to find him on my list here, and I cannot find him. Oh, he's up in
The
7th.
24 got loose in front of him.
All right, let's see what the
24
1
did.
Oh, it already happened. Let's back it up here. You said the
24
24?
just did. Yeah, the 24 got loose in front of the 1. The 1 ran the back of him. The 51 ran back at a 1, which the 1 in the 51 had nowhere. That happened so quickly. There was nothing they could do.
So, yeah, 24 gets loose, slams on the brakes trying to save it. 1 in the back of him. And then if you said the 51's the one back there into the 1, turns him sideways, turns the 51 sideways. Now the track is blocked. Everybody trying to slow up. The 7, does Wayne sneak through that after all that?
I believe so.
He does. Amazing. But who's this truck? The truck on the outside
The double zero. The
so
double
it's
zero.
the teammate to the cars that are out of shape. Comes in and finishes off his teammate, the 24.
And I think they would have not had a caution come out because he gets in the truck so hard.
Yeah, and comes down and clips the other teammate. So a bunch of teamwork going wrong right there.
Got a note here in the chat from Mr. JP Burns checking in from Florida. What's going on, JP? You should be out here, not in Florida.
Yeah, so we saw all that develop. That's unfortunate. Man, I told you handling was going to be an issue. Absolutely, it's an issue. And these guys are finding out that, you can have a fast truck, but when the tires get old, you're going to have to.
When did we say the stage was?
45. So we still have a chance to get to the end here.
All right. So we have, once again, the same front row, but we have a new second row with Merrick Watchhorn and Wayne Grossi in the second row, followed by Nicholas Moreau. And now David Nestor is up in 6th.
Yes, new players up there. TJ Bartell's in the top 10. Michael Blackner, Ryan Heisler up here as well. 23 positions up in 10th. So we'll try this one more time, guys. Pace car's going to pull off. We're going to try to make it to lap 45. Waiting for the green flag to come out. Waiting for the leader to start here. And there we go. Green flag is out, and we are back underway.
16 had a much better start that time. But, we'll see how they team up here. We'll see what happens. I thought the 51, I guarantee the 51 is going to move up on the backstretch here.
He ain't even going to wait.
There he goes.
Turn two, he's going to move up.
Oh, he's a little loose, too.
Down the backstretch into turn 3, the 10. Ryan Chapman.
They're loose. Wayne didn't miss this one. Oh, this is carnage. We're in the carnage now. And it's the same thing. The trucks just get loose.
So who got loose that time?
The 15. Yep, the 15 got loose, comes up and hits the 16. The 16 gets hit by the 7. Michael Blackner makes it through, but Alan Duranko gets caught up. That may actually be it.
Let's go back and look at it. Best One Tire and Auto Care getting plenty of coverage here tonight. Oh, it looks like he got a bump from the one, to be honest with you. Let's go back and look at that. It might have been after he got loose already, but
It was after. Yeah, it was after he got loose.
Going into turn 3, 15 gets loose right there. Oh, gets up the track into the 16, 7 into him, and it's just a parking lot from there. Boy, that's a big hit by. Who is that hit the inside wall? Was that TJ Bartel? I believe it was.
No, it was Alan Duranko. Alan Duranko in the 2. That hit the inside wall right there. Yeah, that was Alan Duranko. But look at that replay from Michael Blackner's in car. He did a fantastic job. Or TJ's, because TJ did a pretty good job too.
I want to ride along with the 2 first. That was a hard hit. Going through 3 and 4. Everything, and then smoke ahead. He goes to the bottom to try to miss it, gets stuck on the 15 into the inside wall, and night over. Big hit. And we're right on board with Mr. Michael Blackner here.
Yeah, he does a fantastic job. TJ does a good job behind him as well. But
15 loose, car sideways, ducks low, fills the gap. And whoever was below him gave him plenty of, or I don't say plenty, but enough room to get by. That might have been TJ as you're talking about him.
Yeah, TJ was behind Michael, and he had enough brake power to basically stop before he got to the guys in the wall. So he did a pretty good job there as well. Dave Nestor did a good job on the bottom.
Yeah, TJ just basically had to stop and let the wreck. Self-cleaning track, with that extra banking, they're going to come down the track. So he just waits and lets them clear down to the bottom and just drives on. Nice job.
That should have been the stage.
Correct.
I'm not sure. Did they pit? Did everybody pit?
That would be the stage, and our race director, Tony Solari, would be informing them of that.
I'm looking to see if they've pitted.
Our leader showing is Ryan Chapman. Merrick Watchhorn is still P2, so
it does not look like they pitted. So I'm wondering if we're going to basically run a 2-lap shootout here, which we haven't. I don't think we've made it 1 lap yet since one of the restarts. Trucks are getting loose in turn 1. Trucks are getting loose in turn 3. So we are coming back to the green flag. Oh, all right. Wow.
All right, pace car's off. Right. We're going to go back green flag racing here. We got a green wide checker to the stage, it looks like.
And they're off again. We got the green flag. Ryan 51 got a fantastic start up on the outside right there.
Wayne did not, but Wayne may have damage too. I don't think he pitted.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's going to. Okay, he moves up the track out of the way, but that cost that outside lane a bunch. These guys in front, the top 5 or so, are going to have a huge gap right now.
The 3-car breakaway with 4th and 5th closing in. So we're going to have a 5-car breakaway here. Although the rest of the pack is starting to catch up too.
Ryan Chapman leading. 1 lap to go to seal the stage here. We'll see if Corey Atkins can do anything with him. Merrick Watchhorn in 3rd, but way back off the pace.
Looks like he's trying the outside and going into 3 for the lead here.
We have a side-by-side finish
Corey
here.
Atkins.
Side-by-side for the stage win. Who's going to get it off turn 4? Oh, they're dooring.
Contact.
They're dooring. It's going to be the 10. Ryan Chapman by a nose getting the stage win. And everybody else settling in here for the top 10. You got TJ Bartell comes home in third for the stage. Chris Gore fourth after that wreck. He's back up to fourth. Incredible. Michael Blackner up there.
That was it was a pretty good race there.
Yeah.
Point 0.009, not as close as last year's win, but still close enough. You can't blink that quick. So
that was close.
Great job by those two.
He tried everything he could. I mean, he went to the outside, side drafting, little contact off 4. It was a good finish to the good run to the line there for those guys.
It looks like we got Ryan Chapman takes that. Corey Atkins, TJ Bartell third. Michael Blackner came home fourth, followed by Merrick Watchorn. Chris Gore got sixth. David Nestor seventh. Chad Lang eighth. Great job by him. Ryan Hessler ninth, and Joseph Burgess in 10th. So those are your stage point winners.
I hope I didn't see what I think I saw. It looks like pit road was closed and they're coming down pit road. Maybe they'll open right here. Either way, everybody's coming down pit road. Gonna get some new tires.
Everybody's sighing a sigh of relief. New tires, thank God. That was a heavy 47 laps that we just had right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tires were screaming.
A lot of people, a lot of damage to be fixed too. So a lot of these guys got damage from those accidents. Trying to fix them back up.
Ryan Chapman in the chat saying, "Yeah, Ryan for his stage win. Hopefully he can keep that up and have a great second half of the race here."
TJ Bartell comes out the pits in second. Chris Gore third. Marshall Johnson up there in fourth. A name we hadn't called yet. Sneaking up there in the top 5. And Zach Young up to 5th.
Looks like Corey Atkins is fixing damage. He's still in the pits. He has a pretty good side swipe on the side of his truck. So now's the time to do it. If you're gonna take time to get some damage done, you definitely want to do it now. While everybody's under yellow, we got a ton of the race left to go yet. So he's out. Right behind him is Ryan Hessler in that Shocker ice cream truck.
And this is turning into a race of attrition. Plenty of carnage out there, trying to avoid that and have a good finish. It's tough to do here on these high banks, this narrow track here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Got to get a solid finish out here. You're going to have to avoid some carnage, and so far we've had it. We've had enough of it for sure.
Well, that's that short track super speedway. You get that short track carnage on a super speedway. So it looks like we got the 70 who was probably taking the wave around. I'm curious about the 62. He might be a lap car. Yeah, all right. So he's a lap car. I was wondering if he was up there or not, if he pitted.
The thing too
Actually,
is,
it looks like we got a couple
of wave rounds.
Yeah, a couple of wave rounds.
The thing too is, Richie, I mean, tonight what we've seen so far is it's not necessarily aggression that's causing the issue. It's just the truck, bad handling of the truck. It gets out from underneath you, and next thing you know, it's on. Unfortunately, if we were more spaced out, you'd have less carnage. But being packed on top of each other, one truck gets out of control, and you're right there in it.
Absolutely, that's unlike Daytona. Daytona's huge compared to this place. This is everything's compacted here, so trucks are on top of each other. When somebody gets loose like that, and that's what happens. Somebody gets loose, and then they chase the truck up, and then somebody's right there, and they make contact, and they can have just everybody pile in behind them. But we are coming to green here for stage 2, our final stage. Ryan Chapman up front with TJ Bartell on the outside, followed by Chris Gore, who's made his way back up to the front. Marshall Johnson, Zach Young, and Chad Lang rounding up top 6 there.
Long way to go here. No planned cautions from here on out, so we'll see how these guys treat that. We know tires will go away. Waiting for the green flag, though. Green is out. We're back underway. Ryan Chapman with teammate Chris Gore right behind him on the inside. TJ Bartell, Zach Young on... Marshall Johnson on the outside.
Followed by Chad Lang in that looks like RCR type scheme going on there. With looks like some kind of warrior, possibly a cancer type slogan on there.
Yeah, the three of
Cancer sucks. Yeah, it says it right on the hood there.
Chad Lang.
Three of Chad Lang.
Good to have him out here for sure. One of our longtime members. Usually runs Cup. Try and truck out the season.
Yellow. Get a yellow.
We do have a yellow flag. Oh, it looks like we got a car around here.
Like Sherwood Williford. Oh,
let's go back and look at it here. The best one tire and auto care instant replay. Looks like he gets
2 guys drop into the rear.
The 24, the fake 24 gets into the back of the real number 5 and causes that caution.
Yeah, it looked like the 52 and the 18, which had nothing to do with it other than the fact that they looked like they were
I think they were going to the back. I saw that down the back.
They were going to the back. And I think maybe that slowed Sherwood up a little bit, and then the 24 just got in the back of him and spun him out. Sherwood always makes friends with the new guys.
For sure. Somehow he always finds them, or they find him. And unfortunately, he just turns them right around there. Let's see if we can ride on board with the... You said the fake 24 is the 69, right? Let's see if I can find him in the list.
Yep, that's Donald Bell. Tony wants to make iRacing his rival. I don't know if we can do that or not.
Yeah, I don't know. He just drives in the back of the 5 there. 5 almost goes around, or it goes over too. You see his truck kind of lift up off the ground. That's pretty cool. But I'm sure Sherwood's not appreciating that at this point, though.
It's Michael Blackner in the pits.
This has turned into a very chaotic race.
Absolutely is. I can't keep up with everything. Fortunately, that happened in the back of the pack, so there wasn't a ton of people that were involved. Yeah, it looks like the 42 and the 22. All right, there's a bunch of people that pitted.
Yeah,
24, just, topping off.
42, 43, 7. Of course, the 5, the 00. Some of the other guys are in the pits as well.
Michael's got an extended. I don't think he had damage.
Well, listen, it wouldn't surprise me as much as is going on out there.
Yeah. I can't keep up. There's too much going on. So now we got Ryan Chapman leading. We have the 89 of Chris Gore second. Zach Young all the way up to third. TJ Bartels back to fourth. David Nestor, Chad Lang, Marshall Johnson, and Joseph Burgess eighth. He's up actually from 31st starting position.
23 spots gained.
Yep. Corey Atkins ninth. And James Torrey is in 10th, as we looks like Ryan might be taking the outside on this restart.
Interesting. Well, now's the time to try it, though. I mean,
now's the time to try it. He's got his teammate below him, so.
Well, so maybe he gets a good start and pulls down. Probably what's going to happen. What's Joe going to call that? The
track racing.
No, that's that's what Danny Hamlin says. He says, I forgot what he called it.
The oopsie daisy or something.
Yeah, something like that.
The teammate oopsie daisy. Well, we'll call it the teammate oopsie daisy.
Well, there's been a lot of oopsie daisies done tonight for sure. Oopsie daisy, my car is loose.
We got Merrick Watchorn in 11th, Keaton Pipe doing steady in 12th, Jason Coffey 13th. Ryan Hessler 14th, Jason Chilton 15th, James Morris, Brendan Robert Malikian, Donald Bell, and Justin Diltz rounding out the top 20 here. So still plenty of guys in it, still plenty of time to go. So there's you could still come from the back and work your way forward here.
Plenty of time to wreck, right? You got plenty of time to wreck.
Fastest truck always makes it to the wreck first.
All right, pace cars off. We're going to go back green flag racing here with 53 of 130 laps complete. Not even halfway yet. Green flag's out, though. We are back underway. The 10 gets a great jump. And just as we expected, he'll go left. And they are back in line.
Teammate oopsie daisy. We've seen it live. I'm wondering if we're going to see more, if we see more single file here. I'm wondering if the top line may or may not form up. We might see a lot of guys just riding on the inside lane here, trying to survive. until the next pit stop. But
Survive is
could
the
be
key.
wrong.
I think survive's the key tonight for sure. You definitely want to try to survive, and the best way to survive is to stay up front, towards the front anyway. And that's what these guys intend to do here. It's been all
That would
Ryan
be
Chapman tonight, though, so far out front.
Absolutely, he's been tough to pass. He's had a strong truck all night long. He's had a couple of challengers up there, but nobody's been able to knock him off the point there. So, and he's still leading as it is now with TJ Bartel to his outside. TJ being pushed by Chad Lang in the number 3.
Yeah, TJ Bartel's strong out there on the top, getting pushed by the 3, doing a good job trying to get up there, probably trying to lead a point, get a bonus point. At least that's 1 point you can put in your pocket if something happens.
Well, once again, I don't think these guys got the memo about that 0 incident bonus points. So I think we're going to have quite a few. Yeah, right now we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 guys that have 0 incidents. I'm not going to say who they are because I'm not putting the commentator curse on them, but there's only 5 out of the 35 that are left that have 0 incidents. So the memo didn't go out again.
I'm going to guess and say 2 of them are the 2 that are leading the Lions right now.
Well, no, TJ's been in at least 2 wrecks so far. I'm actually impressed that the truck is as good as it is up there for him. But he's doing a great job up there. Great comeback, for sure for TJ.
Chris Gore's had a heck of a comeback too, because he's been in a couple accidents too, and ends up back up front with his teammates. So Chris Gore doing a good job in the 89 there. Joshua Burgess in the 90 up to 5th. On that outside lane beside another new name, Zach Young, and we see Dave Nestor get a little sideways getting in the corner. He hangs on to it.
Diane Chapman's in the chat telling me to shush. That's why I'm not saying any names. I'm just saying where we're at with that. I'm not going to put that. I'm not putting that mojo on anybody.
But Diane, if he stays where he is, there's a good chance he can avoid all that. But you never know. I mean, looks like his truck's pretty stable, honestly, and I think that's going to be key as we go forward. Stable truck and try to stay in control. Keep it in clean air too. That's another thing that's really good for the front of the truck. Oh, he slides up the track in front of the TJ.
Not sure that's gonna. Oh, I mean, it worked.
I was wondering if it was on purpose or not. Looks like it just shot up the track, but it looks like it is because he's going to stay up there.
Well, he ran, like I said, he ran the outside for the good first 25 laps of the race, so maybe he thinks that's a good way to save tires is to stay in the outside lane. Or the middle. Or the bottom. I don't know.
One thing I find, though, is saving tires is one thing, but you want to heat up the right tires as it goes back to the bottom. Doing his best Joey Logano impersonation of working the lanes.
Was that Joey Logano, or was that who was it doing that at Daytona?
Well, it's the 47, Stenhouse. Yeah. It was the 41. There was a lot of them. There's a few of them you can always count on them making some aggressive, very late moves.
So at some point, the 90 moved down to the bottom lane. So now the 51 is third in line behind the 3, who just tagged the wall. We got 3 wide going into turn 1.
There goes Merrick into the middle, 3 wide.
Yeah, the 3 tagged. Oh, he tagged it again, and he's coming down. He hits the 1.
Off the 1.
Did he make it through?
They did, but
they did.
There's some stuff going on behind them, and they hang on to it. So we stay green so far.
So, yeah, he tagged the wall. We got some lap cars we're coming up on, but he tagged the wall, which slowed him down, and the 51 just pounced on it. He's going 3 wide again into turn 1 for second. The 51 is a man on the mission tonight.
Yeah, he's always been more aggressive out there, more so than some of the others. So no surprise there.
It does look like the outside lane has. Well, now as I say that, Kyle Milliken comes. Malikian. I can't see the M. Kyle in the 42 I'm all tongue-tied.
That is Milliken.
Is coming up on the outside. Milliken. It's coming up on the outside there. So now we have another truck on the outside, and now we have some separation on the inside.
Well, Milliken, that's impressive too because he was in that hard. He backed up the track and got T-boned. So the fact that he's back out there now, they're looking 3 wide once again. They back out of it, decide otherwise.
See, and this is why I'm thinking that the 11 truck. I don't know. He barely hits somebody, gets a meatball flag. The 42 is spinning over the top of trucks, and he's out there running eighth right now. We got side by side. We got some new players up there. We got some returning players. Looks like Merrick has not had the opportunity to be able to pull up alongside of Ryan, but Ryan moved up, and now the 89 is underneath the 10 for the lead.
Yeah, when teammates up there up front, probably just trying to they're wanting to, and this is where you're going to get things are going to get a little interesting because I'm sure the 10 and the 89 are wanting to maintain control of the race and maybe control of both lines. But I'm not sure that Merrick is going to play that. There he goes. He pushes him.
As it goes underneath Ryan.
And goes to the bottom.
Ryan's done a really good job of maneuvering through the field here. I didn't think passing was something that was going to happen a lot, but he's done a really great job of moving forward here, using some 3 wide, and he's found himself up here in the front row. See if he can actually get to the lead a lap.
Well, I know a lot of people are like, well, 3 wide here, it's just very, very tricky, but really it's the only opportunity you have to try to go forward, to be honest with you. So it's so tough to pass here because it's 2 by 2. But also, I mean, it's very tight. It's tough. I mean, you have to kind of decide, is it worth it at this point in the race? And for some it is, some it's not, and we'll see how it works out towards the end.
Yeah, I think it's important for the guy on the inside or the outside to probably concede the position quickly instead of running 3 by 3 wide. So if you got everybody playing ball, it could definitely happen and be done quickly.
Also, all those guys you put 3 wide, just remember there's a rival system too. So
that would be on the FTSR.net website. But it looks like the outside lane is only 4 trucks deep now, as everybody else looks like they are single file on the bottom lane. So maybe we got a little bit more riding going on here instead of the double file.
I would say, last year I felt more comfortable on the outside than trying to hug the inside too, just because you've got more room. Like if you go in the corner, your truck does something you don't expect, you got a little more room to catch it. If you're on the inside lane, that guy's holding you tight, there's not much you can really do. I mean, it's going to be an accident, and you're going to get into them. So and also you're trying to hold that truck in a tighter box, and so if your truck doesn't like that, if you're trying to turn the wheel a little too much, it can get out of control. Just my experience here, and I'm sure it looks like these guys are experiencing kind of the same thing.
Well, the one thing the inside line has an advantage of specifically here is that it's a shorter way around, and it is definitely a quicker way around as they go 3 wide-ish. The 90 got up in the wall and allowed Kyle Milken to get by. But the inside line, one of the things I found last year is that you couldn't full throttle all the way around the racetrack on the inside line and keep your tires on. You had to lift. And that if you lifted right from the beginning of your run, it helped keep that truck from spinning out in the bottom. So it looks now like Sherwood Wilford, who was, I think, our last caution, is catching up on the outside lane there.
Are they catching him to put him a lap down?
No. Sorry, he's 10th. He's caught the outside lane. He's up in 9th or 10th now, so he's making a good comeback.
He's 27th on my scoring sheet.
All right, so he's a lap down at least, but he's up there with the front pack.
Okay, all right. I was looking for his number. I didn't see him on the pylon here. Okay, all right.
Yeah, he's 8 laps down. So yeah, but he's running up front, so they got that truck moving, going forward pretty good here. But he's going to need a couple cautions to get back on the lead lap.
And it looks like Mark Howell Henderson is the first car 1 lap down the 62, and he Sherwood would be in second in line for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be. He's gonna need help. He's gonna need lots of help, and he's 8 laps down, so he's gonna need lots of help.
Well, lap 74 of 130. We're getting into that window once again where the trucks are going to start dancing around. Handling's going to become an issue once again. We'll see who's got the best handling truck and who can hang on. We saw some of the guys earlier that were really quick, but then when it came to handling and came down to the end of that run, man, they had a handful.
Well, it's gonna come down. Does anybody have anything for Ryan Chapman? He's been the strongest truck by far. So we have to see if anybody can come up and challenge him for the lead, other than maybe the 51.
I'm just amazed at the 42. I mean, it was big junk. I mean, he got loose on the straightaway, ended up backing it in the wall in turn 3, T-boned by another truck. And here he is running third in line on the outside lane. It's just amazing.
Maybe that's why Tony's truck couldn't get fixed, because all the parts went down to Kyle's truck.
He's donating their parts. Is that what?
He's donating Ford parts to the Toyota.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm just above my pay grade. I don't know anything about it. So Ryan Chapman has now taken command again of both lanes. He's out front all by himself with the 51 and the 28 running side by side.
Yep, through 3 and 4. Again, lap 76 of 130. And these guys may even start thinking about pit stops at this point. Although with the pit stops and the pit lane being the way it is, it's going to be a little bit longer pit delta than they're probably used to.
So we have in 18th position, we have the 18 of James Morris, but he's leading the 18, the 52, the 71, the 43, the 62, and the 22 in a little line back behind the main pack. And I'm wondering if they're back there just saving fuel and staying out of the main pack and just kind of riding behind everything, kind of stay out of the storm kind of deal.
Very well could be, and honestly, it's not a bad call at all, being what we've seen so far. Just waiting for the handling to come into effect in the front, and expecting another accident, which again, it wouldn't surprise me. Oh,
so, they're about
leaders are coming up on a lap truck. The 7 of Wayne Grassi on the outside through the dogleg. This is going to get touch and go here.
So far, so good. Sherwood's under him now. Just a couple trucks to go.
7 does a good job of staying out of the way, man. He was right up on the wall, touched it a little bit off too, but stayed out of the way. Did a good job there.
Definitely did a good job.
And here we are catching another lap car who is actually riding the wall.
Well, that's a good way to stay out of the way as well. That's one way to do it. But probably not good for the side of your truck, but he definitely stayed out of everybody's way.
Still tight racing up front.
There's trucks everywhere. There's a guy the 24 is going in on the apron. I don't think he's going into pits. There's trucks everywhere.
They are. Starting to get a little dicey up front too. Starting to see these trucks move around a little bit more. Just a little bit.
Now it looks like we might have the 10 and the 28, although the 51 has come back on the 28, but it looked like we might have had two trucks that actually have escaped on the outside here.
Yep. So you're seeing the outside start to take form. That's one thing. We run long enough. I think the outside's going to be where you want to be. The inside, you have to hold the truck down so much. You hold it tight. You lose some speed there. Did you see the 42 go 3 wide with the 28 and the 51? He does clear to the bottom. Here comes the 42 to the inside.
All right, so we got one of the bosses have elevated on the bottom now. What do?
You race him.
Do you race your boss, or do you let your boss take the lead?
Well,
I personally, I'd race my boss. So.
Well, there goes the yeah, you would. Yeah, you did. Yeah, and that's that's the way we do it. But yeah, the 42 is going to take the lead though. Kyle Milliken to the lead from the accident to the front there. Kyle looking really strong here.
From on top of other trucks to the lead. That's pretty dang impressive.
You got one
But
pulling down
somebody went down
line.
in the. That was Sherwood. I just saw that, which is good. He's 8 laps down. I'm sure he's just trying to get out of the way. But now, all of a sudden, we've gone from pretty single file to now we have 2 full lanes of trucks, outside and inside, going back about 5 or 6 rows. So, for some reason, it looks like it's starting to ramp up again. Oh, we're going 3 wide down the back
Yeah, I was
stretch.
going to say, I don't know if 42 got loose or just decided to hold the bottom tight. Now they're 3 wide for the lead. 42 on the bottom, loose. 51 in the middle, 10 of Ryan Chapman at the top. Still 3 wide through 3 and 4. The 28 of TJ Bartell's going to try to follow him around the outside there. Still 3 wide.
Ooh, that was close. That was close. They're still 3 wide.
The 42
Nobody
is
wants,
so
nobody
loose.
wants to give it up.
42 loose on the bottom, 10 on the outside.
51 in the middle.
Still
And
3
I see
wide.
nobody going up. Nobody's going up to help the 51 because I don't think anybody wants to ride in the middle. Wow, they're on what the whole 1.5 laps, 2 laps already. It's 3 wide here in the front.
This is crazy.
And there we go. We got the 1 going to the middle now.
So the 1's going to pull to the 51 to try to help him by. The 28 gets the wall a little bit through 1 and 2. Leaves the 10 without help on the outside. Now the 1's going to pull up and push the 51. And he's going to push him
51 is
clear.
clear. And then 51 leaves the 1 and moves to the bottom. So close. And the 1 just kind of came up right in front of Ryan right there. So now we have a new leader on the inside lane and new leader on the outside lane with the 51 of Merrick Watchhorn in the 51 and Corey Atkins in the 1.
If there was one word
That
I could
was-
explain, if there's one word I could describe that, I would say Tony's probably got the right word. That was a little spicy.
I'm not saying it. I get yelled at when I say that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at how the 42 and the 51 are running because the 42 keeps trying. I'm wondering if there's some beef there. I wonder if there'll be some rival picks between the 51
They should
and the
open up an
42 there.
Arby's because there's enough beef between the two of them. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
I'm not saying there is beef, but the way that they seem to be running a little bit, it looks like Kyle maybe didn't appreciate the 3 wide gesture
Well,
there.
he's not working with them as much as you usually would, I don't think. But he is. There's a push down the straightaway. I mean, nice go look to the inside again. 51 cuts that off, covers that. Now the 1 to the outside. The 1 of Corey Atkins going for the lead.
Looks
so
like
just
the
like
51's
that.
getting a little tight coming out of 4 there.
Well, just like that, it looks like the Elevated's kind of lost control of this race. You got the 51 of Merrick Watchhorn leading the pack on the inside. The outside is Corey Atkins. New players.
I wouldn't count them out elevated out yet. There's still plenty of time left. We're only on lap 89, coming to lap 90. So we still got 40 some odd laps to go.
We're gonna have the pit stop here shortly too.
Which I would definitely want to be on the bottom for. We have anybody? I don't see. We're still single file. Mostly to the back. We still have that 1 pack at the back of the pack. Starts with James Morris, ends with Michael Blackner. They've actually kind of caught the back of the main pack now. So I'm just wondering if they're waiting for the pit stop and then they'll draft together and try to maybe leapfrog some of these guys.
The 42 Cal Milken, he keeps ducking out, making the 51 react. I just wonder if that's part of it. I don't know. He gives him a good push down the back here, though. Get him back out front. Off into 3. 51 chases it up the track. He's starting to see, I don't know if he's getting tight or chasing the truck loose. Not really sure, but he looks like he's drifting up the track in 3 and 4 a little bit. You know, you talked earlier about how tricky 3 and 4 can be. It can be a little tighter.
Yeah, for some reason, the 2 corners are not remotely similar, and 1 and 2 you have absolutely no issues in. But you get down in 3 and 4, and that's where the truck just wants the back end of the truck wants to get into the corner first and wants to get out of the corner first, and that's never good when the back of the car tries to get out of the corner before the front of the car. You end up sideways and, unfortunately, into the side of somebody.
The outside's starting to get a little momentum here. The 1 of Corey Atkins going to take the lead with the push from TJ Bartell. And I believe that's Josh Burgess, third truck in line on the outside lane.
I'm just sipping on my Purple Potion Victory Fuel over here, so because this race is exciting, I need to quench my thirst a little bit here.
Well, just remember, you can go to Drink Victory, get your own Victory Fuel, drinkvictory.com, use code FTSR for 10% off your order. You get some of that Purple Potion or get some of that, the other two flavors, Lucky Lemon and Throttle Punch, my favorite. Yeah.
Sorry, shameless plug.
Well, you reminded me. We had to get that in there. I appreciate Victory Fuel coming on board, sponsoring the Cup Series you'll see here on Monday nights. And you'll be out there dealing with these issues, Richie.
Yeah, this race is going to be calm compared to when the Cup cars come out here. These trucks handle. The Cup cars are a breed all unto themselves. So it'll be fun. Hopefully, I can get a good qualifying effort in and have some good track position. But we'll see how it goes.
Well, now the
one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to point out too. He came to the bottom there. It's going to take the bottom lane with the 51 pushing him. Eric Watchhorn in second.
Pit stops.
42 is going to come into pits.
42, 10, 89, 45. All coming to pit road.
This is new for them. Now they got
basically it's elevated. He's
slowed down to pit speed.
Elevated esports, basically. There's 42. Elevated Brian Chapman, Chris Gore, Kevin Young, right? Zach Young.
Zach Young in the 45. You got Dave Nestor, Robert Malikian.
And Robert.
They're going to come in and hopefully come back out together. That's handed the lead.
Now we got, sorry. The 51 and the 1 are coming into pits right now. The 51 got sideways.
And cost them a little bit of time. Let's see him get woed down to pit speed here. The
3, the 6, the 18, 52, 71. Everybody coming to pit road now.
Green flag pit stops. 28 is still out there. Looks like he's going to stay out another lap with Donald Bell, Joseph Burgess, Ryan Hassler, Jason Kofi, Marshall Johnson staying on track.
Like the 89 and the 10 and the 42 come out. The 10 and the 89 are right by each other. The 42's coming up, so they'll have some really good drafting. Bit of separation back to the 45, 36, so they got some separation on pit road, which may help the craziness of this race if we got to get spread out here.
All right, you got Donald. Oh, we got a wreck coming to pit road. The
24. He got the shocker.
That was the fake 24. That's the 69 of Donald Bell. We've called his fake number, way too many times tonight. And unfortunately, he come to pit road and got tagged by, what was it, the 49?
The 49 of Hessler, right? Ryan Hessler.
Ryan Hessler.
But he got spun the wrong. Oh, man, did he get creamed.
Yeah.
He got spun the wrong way up the racetrack.
This is going to be interesting because it traps some of these guys a lap down. And some of these guys have not pitted yet.
Mark Kyle had nowhere to go.
Let's see once again the best one tire and auto care instant replay. The 24 goes down to pit with a fake 24. Donald Burgess and unfortunately
Donald Bell.
Yeah, what did I say? Donald Burgess.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
Well, here comes the rest of the guys down pit road.
Donald Bell gets turned right there, coming to the pit road, right back out into traffic. But then, Mark Howell just destroys.
Nowhere to go. Yeah. I feel bad. That was literally nowhere to go. I mean, both cars going spinning the wrong way into back onto the racetrack.
Makes me wonder if TJ Bartel expected something like that to happen. So he just stayed out there, waited for the caution.
Well,
and then
TJ Marshall, Joseph Burgess, Lewis Meglin, Jason Coffey, Michael Blackner, and Ryan Hessler was involved in that. So the top 6. Right now, there's only 7 cars on the lead lap.
Well, there will be more because there are plenty of wave arounds in front of the leader there, behind the pace car. So they're going to get the wave around with 1 to go. But they're going to have to start behind all the lap cars as well. So they're going to be well back. But that could make things a little intense back there trying to get back towards the front for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. This is gonna shake it up. TJ's been up front, but now you got Marshall Johnson and Joseph. Joseph's been hanging on to the top 5 or 6, but Jason Coffey is new to the front. And Michael Blackner has worked his yo-yoed this race so far, up front to the back, up front. So we'll see what he can do once he gets up front.
Now let's see if we get the one to go here or not. Yep, one to go. Cars are being waved around. And it's like,
So we got a ton of them, right?
yeah.
3, 4. See 9, 10, 11. There's a bunch. I can't keep up. There's way too much going on. Cars everywhere.
So TJ
So we're
Bell
going down the backstretch. Yep. Sorry, I was going to say the same thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, TJ Bell's leading. Joseph Burgess is going to be second. You got Marshall Johnson third, Lewis Meglin fourth, and Brian Coffey, your top 5. A couple of new players up there.
Dave Nestor's up there. Kevin, although I'm looking at it, they're still having some issues here with some lap cars, it looks like. Nestor looks like he's a lap down, so is Zach Young. Michael needs to get up there in order to... He's on the lead lap. Yeah, to wave around. So those are all the lap cars. Looks like Joe Flanagan is leading at the beginning of the lap cars. But yeah, got the 28, the 90, the 9, the 14, the 43, and the 22 are all in the lead lap in the first 6 positions. Corey Atkins actually isn't too far back.
And we're coming to the green flag. Getting ready to go. Lap 101. Green flag's back out. We're back underway here at Atlanta.
DJ jumps out to a real big lead. But that'll be probably eaten up just before he even... Well, maybe not. We
got another caution out.
We do.
I'm looking for it.
Oh no. Ryan Chapman coming in for the start. Runs in. Oh. So there looks like there's a checkup, and it looks like the 21 gets in the back of the 42, gets back into 10, and Ryan spun. Doesn't look like he hit anything, but that looks like what brought out the caution.
See, green flag's out. A little bit of a checkup there. Oh, teammates into teammates.
Yeah, and then it looks like the 21 hit and popped out Ryan.
Oh, was that the 21 behind him? I thought that was the 42.
It's 42 right behind him, but the 21 was behind the 42. And the 40, as the 42 gets to Ryan, the 21 gets to the back of the 42.
Mm-hmm.
It's just ping pong. Ping pong. Doesn't look like there's any damage, and he's only going to end up... He's still in the lead lap. He's just... he lost 2 spots over that, so...
Looks like we got some guys pitting. Looks like Michael Blackner's going to come back down. What if he's still fixing damage? I don't know. He's been in the pits a lot. I hate to pay his tire bill.
Well, he's kind of like the Visa. He's like V-Carb. Or he's like our sister team. But V-Carb is Visa Cash App. Was it? Yeah, Visa Cash App Red Bull Racing Bulls.
Racing Bulls it is this time.
Yeah, it changed to Racing Bulls.
Yeah. Well,
Marshall's out there doing some flashing, and not the good kind either.
Is there a good kind?
Well, there's better kinds than others, but I think he'd be getting he'd be a candidate for the new iRacing network flag.
Yeah, well, I got a few flags I'd like to throw tonight watching these guys race too, but
where did the 14th come from? And the answer is 30th.
Yeah.
We got
Up 26 spots.
3 guys in the top 6 that started in the 30s.
You got Joseph Burgess up there in second, up 29 spots in the 90. You got Marshall Johnson up 16 spots. TJ himself is up 14 spots. You got Ryan Heisler up there in sixth, up 27 spots. So I guess it proves that it doesn't really matter where you start here.
Yeah, it's apparently you can wreck in the front of the field, you can wreck in the back of the field, you can wreck in the middle of the field, and if you miss it, you can make your way forward. So yeah, that's pretty good that we got. Like I said, we got 3 guys in the top 6 that started in 30th or back. So kudos to them.
Well, we got 26 laps to go here.
Eventually, we have to get to the end.
Or does that say 24?
We're a lap 105. 25, yeah, so 24, 25 laps.
Well, they're double file once again. You see, who is that? Is that Kofi? That's Coffee up there flashing.
I think he's waving back at Marshall, who was flashing before.
Uh-huh.
And Lewis Meglin, who was up front in the beginning of the race, he was involved in a wreck, and he's back up to 5th now. So
he was involved in multiple wrecks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's lots of yo-yoing going on. Guys coming to the front, guys on the back, coming to the front again.
Unfortunately, I'd be surprised if we're done. We still have 24 laps to go, and oh boy. Got to say hi to everybody watching. Hope you're enjoying this. Diane is go, Ryan, go. That's absolutely right. Well, he's got a long way to go from the back here, so we'll see if he can get back up there. Up currently at the 16th spot. Actually, that caution helped those guys because they got ahead of some of the lap cars. But pace car's off. We're going to go back racing here at Atlanta. The Atlanta 200 for the FTSR Sim Racing Points Truck Series is green, and we are back underway.
28, another great jump by the 28. Marshall Johnson hops out to second right there with the 90 of Joseph Burgess falling into third.
Yeah, Burgess in third. Looks like Meglin in fourth. Corey Atkins in fifth on that outside lane. Got that line going, and we got a wreck back there behind them. Big one.
Marshall Johnson was
and they're still wrecking. They're still wrecking. Chris Gore involved, Chad Lang involved, Robert Malikian, Dave Nestor, I believe, involved in this one as well.
It's like Kevin Young was possibly involved.
Yeah, Zach Young, yep.
Did I say Kevin again?
Yeah, you did. I don't know who Kevin Young is. I'll have to ask him.
Actually, that was a guy I used to race with back in the day, believe it or not. I don't know. I guess that just still on my mind when I hear the Young.
Well, let's go back and see what happened here. Ooh. All happened coming off turn 2 here.
3 wide.
There was something ahead of these guys. Let's see if we can go up.
The 71 and the 3 were side by side. The 89 went to the middle to make it 3 wide and did not fit.
Let's back it up here. Off of turn 2. Yeah, so is that the 3 that went high with the other guys?
Yes.
89 decides to go to the middle there. That hole closes. 3 comes down, grabs the 89, and track is blocked. And here comes somebody. Who was that came in there?
Wayne.
Man.
That was Wayne Grossi in the 7. Yeah, he hit a ton.
Right in the side
Ryan
of the
Chapman
3.
made it through. Oh, what a ton and hit that was.
So we can ride with Wayne here. Coming off turn 2. Riding. Nice day for a little ride. We see trucks. We see smoke. Oh, he cuts to the middle. Truck right there, right in the side of the 3.
But Ryan Chapman made it through. A bunch of other guys made it through on the bottom. It's like Michael Blackner made it through. Pepto Joe made it through. So some guys made it through, which was nice to see. But hated to see Wayne. Wayne had a good truck early on. Now has had a couple incidents. So that one looked like it was pretty substantial damage on that one. Same for Chad Lang in the 3.
Well, one guy doesn't mind seeing all this, I don't think, is TJ Bartel. As long as you control the race, you get a good start. You can have a pretty good finish. If you can stay up there, he's got control of the race right now. 23 laps to go. You got Marshall Johnson now in second, so he'll be the one starting beside him now.
Well, I will tell you, the one person that didn't want to see that caution come out was Marshall Johnson, because he had just driven to the outside of TJ going down the backstretch to take the lead before, right, and then the question came out, and he had to go back to behind TJ. So
Hey,
I
that's
bet
right.
you he can't wait to go back to green.
We did see those guys make a move right when the yellow flag come out. Let's see if we can go back and look and see that. Coming off two as the caution comes out. He ducks to the outside, and caution comes out. Which I'm surprised because it looks like he's ahead at the time of caution, but, you know, I'm not in the officiating business in iRacing.
Nope. Although iRacing, I think, might be a tad bit more consistent than NASCAR is, but we won't go down that road.
True. True.
I got
Maybe.
copyrighted last. I got copyrighted last week. I don't want to get sued for defamation this week. But
All right,
yeah, Marshall Johnson. I hate when you start making that pass for the lead, and the caution comes out, and they got to do it all over again. But actually, he's in a pretty good spot if he gets a good restart here.
Who's that behind him? That's Macklin behind him. Macklin's been fast all night, so if he gets a good push here, he's got a chance to do that again. On the inside, it's going to be Joseph Burgess now. He's going to be the one pushing the 28 of Bartel. And then you got Corey Atkins back there, Jason Kofi, James Torrey, Jason Chilton, Merrick Watchhorn, and now James Morris creeping into the top 10 in the 18.
He was one of them guys that was in the back riding around. So let's see if it's go time for James Morris. See what he can do. I think you're going to see
coming to the green flag here, getting ready to go back green. Green flag's out, and we are back underway. You see the 43 flashing a little bit there. 21 laps to go here at Atlanta. Another great start by the 28 of Bartel.
We're going to start to see some gaps forming here because we got some trucks with damage in between some of the trucks that don't have damage. So we might see a little bit of separation until all those trucks get back together again. As TJ goes up to take Marshall Johnson this time.
And now here comes Joseph Burgess on the inside.
With the one of Corey Atkins back to the front, who's going underneath the 90, going down the front stretch.
I don't know who led that lap.
Yellow,
it was close.
Yellow.
We've got a case of yellow fever here. Got Ryan Heisler backwards on the straightaway. We'll see what happened there. Unfortunately, these guys just cannot seem to get it going here tonight. See what happens here. Coming off. Oh. Heisler to the inside and comes up the track and then spins out.
Oh, spins, yeah. He got split going down the backstretch by the 71 and the 10.
Put him down there going into turn 3. Everything seems fine. Oh, he goes up the track and gets loose. And it ends up down the apron. Slides all the way around turn 3 and 4 and finally slides up on the track and in front of.
Oh, spins backwards, yeah. That was shocking.
As is his sponsor.
Yeah, it looks like he went to go high and saw that Kyle was up there and maybe turned the wheel, which got him loose. But yeah, he spins back up the track. That's never good when you're spinning the wrong way back up on the racetrack. So that was an interesting lap for TJ. He went from first to fourth.
Yeah, he moved up the track to try to get that run, and unfortunately got passed on the inside there.
So now we got the one of Corey Atkins, who's been at least 2 wrecks that I saw, maybe 1, but he's been wrecked. I don't know if the 90's been in one. The 6 has been involved. The 28's been involved. So we got some guys up here that have had some bumps and bruises. So I think we got the case of who can fix the truck the best going on here.
We got some guys in the back, too, that were riding around, like James Morris, Jason Chilton, now starting to creep their way into the top 10. We'll see if they can move their way further forward and maybe become a player here tonight, too.
We're down to 4 on the 0 incident count. Still not saying who it is, but we're down to 4 drivers that still have 0 incidents.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised we have 4. The way things are
I,
going.
I was too. That's why I went back. I had to double check to make sure I was looking at it right. But yeah, 4 guys yet with 0 incidents.
And they're all still running? Or are you counting the cars that parked it? Or are you counting Bobby Terrell?
No, I'm not counting. I'm not actually not counting. He is one. He's the 5th one. Yeah, they are all running still. Yes. So let's see if they can make the next 20 some odd laps with still staying on that 0 count.
Yeah, I think the intensity is just going to continue to amp up here. So we'll see if these guys can hang on up front. Again, Corey Atkins has been to the front, to the back, to the front, and he's been all around the front. Joseph Burgess is having a good run towards the end of this race. Look at James Torrey, P3, James Torrey in the 6 truck.
Yeah, it's a great run for James. He's a longtime FTSR member, and he's looking good tonight with his number 6 out there. Merrick Watchhorn is back up to 5th. So, yeah, we got some guys coming from the back. Ryan Chapman is up to
11th.
Where's Ryan? 11th. So he's back up to 11th. He's missed that. Got James Morris, the 71, has been riding around with James in the back. He's up there now, too. So I don't see him on the board. Is he laps down?
Who's that?
The 71? Who's 12th? Brendan Polt. So maybe that's a miss. There's another missed car. We got a fake 71 out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the number 4 of Brendan Polt.
I think I see a 4. Number white number 4.
I got a 71. Dang you, trading paints.
All right, we're going to go back racing here through 3 and 4 there, 2x2. Lined up, 17 laps to go. We're getting close to finish this one, guys. Just hang in there. We gotta get some green flag laps running. The pace car is off now. Leader Corey Atkins going to bring them down for Carolina boys. Waiting for the restart. There it is. We're under green. We're going racing once again here at Atlanta. 16 to go.
Another great jump by the leader. This time James Torrey kind of comes out with him. Is about a truck length behind him. So let's see if the outside lane has anything for him going down the backstretch.
Down the backstretch, heading to turn 3. Get a good push from the 6 of James Torrey, who's now flashing.
Oh, that was a major checkup going into 3 on the outside there.
Is that Merrick leading the outside lane? The 51, Merrick Watchhorn, trying to lead that out. That's the 90.
That's the 90. Yeah, that's the 90
Burgess.
of.
Oh, we got a wreck behind him. That Keaton Pipe, number 21 around. I don't know that I see any other trucks involved, or everybody's still running or rolling at least. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened. Going into turn 1, 21. Contact from behind with the 45. Turns him right around. He does come down and tap I think the 00, the 24 there. 24.
And there were 3 zeros. He was one of the 4.
Well, he got run into. He's not going to be happy about that.
He did. Yeah, I wouldn't be too thrilled over that myself.
So watch it going into turn 1. Goes up the track, kind of comes. Well, I don't know if he. I mean, the hole kind of closed, but. Oh, there's.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Joe getting a piece
I don't know. We got to go down and tell Joe to stop running into these things.
I don't know. It's kind of a late move. I mean, he almost runs to the back of him there and kind of fits into a hole that's barely there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that could just be a case of 2 guys that are on the track a lot together, just not knowing where each other is going to go.
There's the 24 getting a piece as he goes by. And unfortunately shoots him back up into the 53 of Joe Flanagan. But all these trucks that are, I tell you what, I might need some of Joe's
Pepto. I was about to say Joe's going to
sponsor.
need some Pepto at the end.
Yeah.
He's going to need some Pepto at the end of this one. It's like the 49 is getting the lucky dog.
Well, if we can ever get to a couple laps under green here, we can see what these guys can do up front. We saw a great finish to the end of the stage. We just need a few laps to go green here to see what these guys can settle here up front. You got Corey Atkins leading, James Torrey second now, so James will be the one starting on the front row. Joseph Burgess in third. You got Merrick Watchhorn in fourth, and then TJ Bartel slid back to fifth.
Lewis Meglin is on the outside in sixth, followed by Marshall Johnson and Jason Chilton, who we've not talked a lot about today. In eighth, Jason Coffey and James Morris in 10th. Since he got to 10th, James really hasn't had any opportunity to be able to move up with all these questions, unfortunately.
It's like when he gets up to speed, the caution comes out. I mean, I mean, we got to go green, guys. 12 to go. We're going to be 11 to go when we take the green flag here. We'll try it once again.
Yeah, this is, I think, part of that short track super speedway racing where, we get a lot of questions because guys are so close together and it's such a tight super speedway.
Don says,
I'm going to keep nailing it home.
Don says, OMG, this is crazy. Yeah, it is absolutely crazy. This is not what any of us want to see. But unfortunately, some of this is just the box you're put in, like you were talking about. I mean, this is the track we're given, a narrow track, super speedway, lower horsepower, pushing, and it's a combination for chaos, and that's what we're seeing tonight. It's a bunch of chaos.
Yeah, and like I said, we got a bunch of a lot of new influx of drivers in here, and we got a lot of guys that haven't raced each other before, so you don't know any of their tendencies and. All that thrown in with the chaos of the track and everything, and it's, it could breed some cautions. But I still think we're going to have a fantastic season. We just got to get past these two races. We'll see some great truck racing as we go forward here.
Yeah, absolutely. Pace cars off one more time. We'll come to 11 to go, waiting for the green flag. Your leader, Corey Atkins, brings them down. James Torrey on the outside. Corey accelerates, and we're on the green once again here at Atlanta. 11 laps to go here for the Atlanta 200.
They're separated on the bottom of the racetrack, the bottom lane. The outside lane is pretty well formed up, so I wonder if that's going to give them a good run going down the backstretches. James Torrey and Merrick lead that outside line.
Merrick giving the 6 a good push here down the backstretch. 6 is going to clear. 51 not yet. 6 is going to pull down to the inside. He's going to go there in front of the 1, so put the 6 of James Torrey to the inside, leading that inside lane. Merrick Watchburn on the outside.
He's not going to want to leave any room for that 1 to duck under there coming out into these corners.
10 laps
he stays
to
there,
go.
He's got a good shot at winning this thing. Just don't open up that opportunity for anybody to drive up underneath you. Just keep it down on that red line and go, man, go. But the 1 moves up.
1 moves to the outside lane, trying to get that push from the 51 of Merrick Watchhorn. Now the 90 is going to pull up to the inside. Burgess is going to try to push the 6. No, he's going to go to the inside. No, the 6 covers that. That allows the 1 to take the lead. Corey Atkins to the front. Merrick Watchburn trying to get there in second.
A little bit of separation now as they're going 3-way. There's a wreck.
There's a wreck behind him. Saw a car come around, clipped him. Caution is out once again.
It's uncanny how many times I've been saying 3 wide. Oh, there's a wreck.
Dave Nestor involved in this one.
43 of Lewis Meglin is the one that got turned. I thought he was going to go over. Really? Dave was in that?
Let's go back and look at that. See the Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay down the backstretch. We'll see the 43 gets clipped by the 52, I think, a little bit there. Goes up on his side, but actually, no,
I thought he was going over.
I don't think Dave was involved in that, but
yeah, it looks like it was just the 2 of them.
yeah, that was nice. We didn't tear any trucks up that time.
If you're gonna wreck, just wreck one or two guys, not the whole field.
Let's see the 43, the 52 trying to make that hole in the middle work. Just runs out of room, comes up on the 43, turns him right around. Again,
I don't even think the 43 got a lot of damage at all from that either.
Oh, looks like he just got spun around there. Let's see. Looking at slow motion, it's a tight hole there, and honestly, the 28 starts moving up just a little bit, but the 52 looks like he's pushing a little bit on exit, gets into the corner of the 43, and then just turns him right around. Man, I'm surprised the 28 didn't go around.
Yeah, that he didn't get hooked. That's too many trucks in not enough space. Actually, the 18 did a great, and the 4 both did a great job of missing that.
So we got a shakeup up front. Once again, the one of Corey Atkins is going to be leading that inside lane. 51 of Merrick Watchhorn is going to be leading the outside when we go back racing. James Torrey falls back to the third. He's going to be the second car on the inside lane, and Joseph Burgess is going to pull to his outside. And TJ Bartell, currently in fifth, is going to be on the inside with, looks like James Morris on his outside. So James Morris has moved up in there.
Yep, he's gone up. He's was able to move up from 10th to 6th between cautions here. Jason Chilton was just involved with the 43. 7th, Brendan Polt 8th. Ryan Chapman's up to 9th. So he's slowly and steadily moving his way up, but I think he's going to end up running out of time here as we are down to, 5 laps to go right now as we double up. So we'll have 4 laps to go when we get to green.
It's just 6, so we'll have 5 to go. It'll be 5 to go at the green. Did you see the one passing the pace car?
Too soon.
The pace car's got to be one of those guys that's got 0 incidents, right?
I wasn't counting him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Buster, is it Buster Alton? I don't know if he even drives the pace car anymore, but.
Oh, and we're down to 2 now.
Yeah, well. We're not done yet either. We're coming to 5 to go.
We are not. And we have how many green white checkers are going to do? 3?
3 max. Let's hope we don't use them all.
I would like to see we get the 5 laps in here and not use any of them. But it's definitely been an up and down race for a lot of guys. A lot of guys coming, a lot of guys going. A little bit of carnage going on here. But we'll see what these last 5 laps have as we pace car's about to pull off as we get out of turn 4 here.
Yep. So we're getting the pace car off. We're going to go green. 5 laps to go. 5-lap shootout for these guys at Atlanta, the Atlanta 200, the Sim Racing Points Truck Series here at Atlanta. Green flag is out, and we are rolling once again here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
1 and the 51 had a fantastic restart right there. So much so the 51 might have enough momentum to be able to pull up alongside of the one going down the backstretch.
Too soon.
Maybe not. Too soon.
So the 6 is going to get a run here on the 1. 1 pulls up to get the push from the 51. That's going to open the bottom for the 6 of James Torrey.
Going 3 wide. The 18 going 3 wide. The 52 spun.
No,
saved it.
Saves it. We got one in the wall up there.
The wall.
Still green. Now the one's going to get the push from the 51, Merrick Watchburn on the outside, and the one gets a little loose. And now 3 wide.
Go in the middle.
Oh, he closes the door, and we've got a caution.
Green, white, checkered. Yeah, I figured the 18 was going to try to fill that hole.
Yeah.
And it closed. It closed just as much as it opened up, just as fast as it opened up. And again, I thought the 51 was going to go over.
It's unstoppable force meets unmovable object, and we have a caution.
it doesn't look like anybody else was involved other than the 51 who is rolled down the entire way down the backstretch backwards.
See the 18 stick it in there, but man. And
that
the
was
51.
That was the 90 of Burgess who hit the wall coming out of 4. He was 3 wide with the 18 and the 52, and he got the wall. 52 got sideways. Oh, Marshall Johnson kind of got into the side of the 90. The 90 really hit the wall. Just going back to just before that caution flag, that was on turn 4 prior to what happened in turn 1.
Yeah, that was close quarters there for the 18 to stick it in there 3 wide.
I don't know. We might see that 18 on a couple of them rival sheets.
Well, that's what I'm thinking too. The 51. He just kind of clips him on the right quarter or left quarter panel there, turns him around.
I think we're going to get a lot of requests for multiple rivals again. Currently, we can only do one rival on FTSR.net, but I think we're going to get a couple of requests. Can we do some more? Can we do more than one?
I got a request. Can we stop wrecking trucks?
Hey, Fury Motorsports is saving money at this point.
Yeah, no kidding. The only truck out there for Fury was out early, currently in 34th position. So,
what, we saved money on tires and fuel?
Yeah, I guess so.
The 19 and the 23 are up here in the broadcast booth. But,
all right.
I'd still rather be out there, but it's definitely a different view from up here for sure. I tell you, it's
getting late. I gotta go to bed. These guys gotta hurry up. I'm just kidding.
Well, we only actually have 11 minutes to go to finish this race.
Yeah, they're getting their money's worth, I guess. They're getting, I guess, our money's worth for setting the server up. We're gonna use all the time.
All right, we're going for green, white, checkered. White, checkered number 1.
Reset this here because it looks like Corey Atkins in the lead. James Torrey now second. It's going to be on the outside. You got James Morris behind him on the outside. TJ Bartell on the inside in that row 2. And then you got Ryan Chapman. Ryan Chapman up there in 5th with Brendan Polt in the 4.
Followed by the 45 of Zach Young, 16 of Robert Malikian. Marshall Johnson still in the top 10, and David Nestor back in the top 10.
All right,
so Ryan has made it.
Let's see if
Ryan has made it from 18th all the way back up to 5th. So let's see what we could do for this green, white, checker.
Let's see if we can make it one lap around and take that white flag so we can end this one.
So are we doing NASCAR truck rules, NASCAR Cup rules? When we take the white flag,
we're doing iRacer rules. If we see the white, if they take the white flag, it's whoever makes it back to the line. That's it.
All right, I was just making sure because rules change so much nowadays.
We'll have to check Twitter and see which one we're going to do. But anyway, green flag is coming out here. We're going to have 3 laps to go at Atlanta. Atkins and Torrey on the front row, waiting for the green. There's the start. Green flag is out, and we are underway once again. Green, white, checkered.
A little bit of a check up there on the outside lane as they were trying to anticipate the green flag. But Ryan Chapman on the bottom in 3rd. Morris comes down and leaves James Torrey. So now you got the pushing on the bottom lane there, and they're going to go 3 wide down the backstretch.
They take Torrey 3 wide. Now somebody ducks out from the outside. That's Ryan Chapman to the outside.
James Torrey, that 3 wide didn't pan out, so now you got Ryan Chapman followed by James Torrey on the outside as we hit the white flag.
All right, one lap to go. Let's see if these guys can do anything. The 18 trying to look to the inside, nothing there. So it's going to be TJ Bartell on the inside with the 1. Here comes Ryan Chapman on the outside, another 3 wide.
Okay. It's now going to be between. There's a little bit of a breakaway between a 10 and a 1 as they come to the checkered flag here.
Looks like the
As there's
one's
some separation.
going to get it with the help from Ryan Chapman. Winner, Corey Atkins in the number 1.
Oh, there's some wrecking going on after the checkered, because they didn't do enough during the race. Need a little bit after. That wasn't too bad. It was just. Oh no, there we go.
I saw James Morris swerve into somebody there.
Yeah, there was some post-race festivities there for sure. A lot of rivals going on.
All right, but anyway, your winner tonight, the one of Corey Atkins. Ryan Chapman finishes second, and TJ Bartell on the podium. Top 3. And there is Corey Atkins celebrating first official win here at FTSR. Gets the push from the 10. And he's going to take on the victory here tonight at Atlanta. I'll show you the results. Again, we talk about Corey Atkins taking the win. Ryan Chapman in second. TJ Bartell in third. Brendan Polt in fourth spot. Fifth is going to go to James Torrey. Good run for him tonight. Robert Malikian comes back to a 6th place finish. 7th for Dave Nestor. 8th place, James Morris. 9th is Marshall Johnson. And right out, your top 10 is going to be Zach Young.
Lewis Meglin comes home 11th. Jason Coffey 12th. Michael Blackner to 13th. Jason Chilton 14th. Joseph Burgess 15th. Kyle Malikian is 16th, Ryan Hessler 17th, Chad Lang 18th, and Wayne Grossi brings his number 7 home, 19th, sorry. And then Merrick Washorn, who was fighting for the win most of the race, unfortunately comes home 20th.
21st is going to be Sherwood Williford in the 5, 22nd, William Lark, 23rd, Keaton Pipe in the 21, 24th is going to be Joe Flanagan, 25th is going to be Chris Gore, 26th, Mark Howell Henderson, 27th, Donald Bell in that 2469 car. The 28th spot is going to be Justin Diltz in the 91. 29th is Donald Buckingham. 30th is going to be Nick Moreau. 31st, Alan Duranco. 32nd, Ryan Lark. 33rd is going to be Colby Meese. 34th is going to be Tony Solari. 35th, Todd Burnett. And not starting tonight, unfortunately, is going to be Bobby Terrell, bringing out the 36th and final spot of the race.
I'm wore out, man. I'm just plain wore out.
Yeah, well, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back and talk to our top 3 finishers here at Atlanta and wrap it up. But we'll be right back after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
Back here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, getting set to talk to some of the top three finishers and wrap it up here. What a rough one, man. We had a lot of cautions tonight, a lot of aggressive driving, some handling coming into play, and we'll see what these guys think. We'll go to our post-race show presented by Victory Fuel. Remember to go to victoryfuel.com, 10% off your order if you use code FTSR, if I could spit that out. And really check them out. Appreciate them sponsoring the Cup Series you'll see here on Monday nights. But let's kick it off. Let's see if we can grab our third place finisher tonight, the 28 TJ Bartell. TJ, congratulations. It was a hard-fought third place for sure, man, but you were up there all night. You saw some of the stuff going on up there. Had to sit through all the cautions. It was a long one, but it was a good one for you to come home P3.
Yeah, it was very hectic, to be sure.
Well, listen, we saw a lot of cautions out there, some before the race. I mean, some before the stage. We saw some ill-handling cars, too. Talk us through how important it was to have a good handling car. We saw on the longer runs some of the cars start to struggle, start to lose grip, especially in the rear, especially in 3 and 4. Talk us through how tough this type of racing is and how much handling actually comes into it.
I know my truck, the initial setup, it would get loose after like 21, 22 laps. And I'm like, I can't have that because that's not even half a fuel run. So I tightened it up quite a bit. And it really made it good at the end of a long run because a lot of guys, like you said, were getting loose and some of them were pushing a little bit. My truck really worked good at the end of the run on the high side with the old tires. It really ran good up there. I was hoping that would go green to the end, but didn't happen. But I just wanted to apologize to the 18 on the last lap. He got under me a little bit, and the 10 was outside of me, and I couldn't move up anymore. And then we kind of got door to door, and we got hooked, and I couldn't get off him. And I'm like, I can't let up. I can't, So I didn't do that intentionally. I know he's mad. I would be too, but it wasn't anything I tried to do. I didn't want any more damage to the truck, but...
Well, I know super speedway racing in general is tough. And you put them on a 1.5 mile track with this narrow track. We were talking about it before the race. Honestly, you talked about how narrow the track is. Tell me about. I mean, how do you pass on something like this where 2 wide is sketchy already? 3 wide is almost impossible. We saw some of the guys trying to make it 3 wide, but how are you able to be successful at a track like this? And I talk about this because you finished third, so you found a way. But what is the key to being successful at a track like this?
Well, for me, the first half of the run, I'm just like, here I am. I can't go anywhere. And then, the second half, people start getting a little bit loose and they start having to get out of the gas more and more if you're on the bottom. And I had gotten up to the high side and I'm like, my truck really runs good up here and I could make a lot of ground up on the high side. So that's kind of how I, was able to get to the front and then stayed out long enough and caught a lucky caution. And, I was just trying to maintain track position and get a decent finish out of it to make up for last week getting in wrecks early. So I knew my truck was going to get loose. I tightened it up a lot and just tried to stay on the high side.
Well, you did what it takes to stay up there in P3. You were definitely a player up there all night, especially towards the end of the race. So congratulations coming out of here with a P3 finish and a truck that actually drives straight. Hey, that's an accomplishment apparently. So I'm going to hand you the mic there, let you do your shout out, sponsor plugs. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks guys. I appreciate Full Throttle TV for what you guys do. Looking forward to going back and watching this one. Got to thank Sim Racing Points for sponsoring our series, Victory Fuel, Nationwide Children's Hospitals, Blackout Coffee, Toyota, and Jeff Chandler Racing. Hope Jeff was watching.
All right, there's your third place finisher tonight. The 28 TJ Bartell brings it home P3. And Richie, I believe you're standing by with our second place finisher, Ryan Chapman.
Yeah, I'm standing down here with Ryan Chapman, driver of the number 10 car, finished second tonight. Ryan, what a race! You basically had a dominating car there at the beginning. Won the stage. Ended up coming back, falling back to the back of the pack. At one point, got taken out by your teammate there, but managed to come back to second. How'd you manage to do that?
Grit and determination, my guy. Just plenty, just plenty of just redemption, man. After last week, I just felt like I had something to prove, and I feel like I did that tonight. But yeah, that was an absolute shit show. I mean, I was out front, but man. But no,
There were some cautions.
Yep. And every caution, one of my teammates was like, "Yep, I'm taking out," and I'm like, "Great." Teammates going left, right, and I'm like, "Man, this is really not going my way tonight." But no, overall, it was a really fun race for me out front. And me and Corey had a great battle to the stage, and thought we could put on a little show for you guys coming to the stage. So that was fun, and then kept the lead going through the race, and we pitted, had a good strategy, and then caution came out, and that's when the race kind of went out of my control, and that's when the fun started.
Yeah, it kind of slipped away because you guys got chapped a lap down. You guys had to take the wave around and started in the back. You were back to I think 18th or 19th at one point with only 20 laps to go. But fantastic job making it back up to a second place. I mean, how did you make moves out there?
A lot of time racing super speedways, just knowing when to make moves, when the right time is to make moves, just trying to find those gaps that a lot of people can't see, and just having my teammates behind my back, just following me, just making our way up there. Just a lot of teamwork and just a lot of knowledge when it comes to super speedway racing, and kind of understanding how everything works, how the truck works, and where I can kind of make moves at and everything else. And then once I got closer to the front, it was a little more manageable. I was able to move around a lot more and kind of find different lanes. And then once we got back up there, it was kind of like, here we are. And but yeah, overall it was really fun. The truck gets really loose late in the run, which I think is a blast because it just adds to that fun part of it. Because they are hard to control when it gets loose, but it just adds for some fun racing. But yeah, just knowing how to get to the front and just getting there. It's how you got to do it with these things. Hope and pray and get to the front.
Hang the right rear out and go. But fantastic job.
Exactly.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna open up the floor for you to thank your sponsors. But fantastic job on your second place tonight.
Thank you guys. Obviously, I'd like to thank you guys for putting this on. You guys have been doing great with the broadcast. Obviously, my team, Elevated Esports. The guys on the truck tonight, Branded. They're a country band locally in Connecticut. But yeah, Elevated Outdoors, Icon Apparel, Nerdtudes, and Victory Fuel, and just everyone that is part of this team, and my mom and dad for watching, obviously. But yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, there's your second place finisher, Ryan Chapman, driver of the number 10 truck. Brody, I think you're up there with tonight's winner.
Yeah, I'm down in Victory Lane. Just sprayed the champagne with Corey Atkins. Corey, congratulations. Number one truck ends up number one on the pylon and here in the Victory Lane. Great job out there, man.
Yes, sir. No, I was really getting through the pack here is really tough, honestly. Once you get up to the front, it's a ball, honestly. You kind of just control which lane that has the momentum at the time, but I hate Atlanta, honestly. This track, I prefer old Atlanta. It's much better.
I think a lot of people say that too. They prefer the older Atlanta too. Unfortunately, here you're kind of in a box. You talked about how hard it is to pass out here. We were talking about that with TJ and just talking about how you make your way through the field. Well, you had that opportunity because you've been in the front, you went to the back, you were back to the front, you kind of worked your way through the field. Talk about, we talked to TJ, talk about how you're successful, like what tools you need to be successful here at a track like this.
I mean, you gotta stay patient. You can't get overly aggressive. You kind of just gotta work the field around you with the runs. You kind of just gotta dart in between the bottom and the top, wherever the run's kind of going. If there's a spot to gain on the bottom, take it. If it's up high, that's where you're gonna gain. But I feel like patience is really the key at a lot of the super speedways. You kind of just got to be there at the end, especially. But really just managing the traffic. You just gotta time it right and make sure you gain your spots when you can and not losing them. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you definitely did that. You end up at the front when it mattered there at the end. Wasn't sure we are going to get that green white checkered in, but it was race between you and the 10 to the end there. And you guys, going back talking to them about the stage. I mean, the stage, you guys kind of put a show on for the stage. You kind of pulled out there trying to make that outside work. Just came up just a little short.
Yeah, I had a little bit of damage from that first caution. I was just staying out trying to collect my stage points there. I'm trying to think. With the stage, once I got out of pit road from the stage, I ended up being in like 25th or something like that. So that's where I came back up through the field. But you just kind of got to manage it right and stay patient.
I'm sure missed a few wrecks too. I'm sure Richie's got something to add to this, Richie.
Well, I want to know what was going through your mind when that one caution came out and you got run into by your teammate.
Yeah, I was just as shocked as you for real to find that out. I thought I got through it. We got through it pretty good, and then we got rear-ended pretty hard there. I think it collected all of our team tonight. So that was pretty unfortunate. I was the only one that really came out unscathed and could still fight my way through for majority of the race.
We frown upon teammate on teammate action like that. That's,
I was frowning too once I seen that.
That's a different kind of working together. I don't really know.
Yeah,
that was new.
Yeah, I mean it was a bump 60 laps too early, you know.
So I'm looking at the winner's pick here, and I see a dinosaur helmet.
Yeah, dinosaur helmet. Yeah, y'all don't like the dinosaur helmet? I think that dinosaur helmet's fire.
Yeah. It's unique sure.
I'm just looking at it and I'm like, that's a dinosaur in there.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I like the dinosaur helmet. I don't see it run too often.
Well, the good news is you're going to be able to add a winner sticker to your truck tonight. So you got that done here at Atlanta, got that out of the way. We were talking about that. So you're going to come home victorious here at Atlanta, going to Auto Club next week. Another fast, sweeping track, a little bit wider than Atlanta.
Yeah, a lot wider. I'd say Auto Club's one of my favorites. I'm happy that's their next track instead of Coda.
All right, you heard it here. So guys, be on the lookout for the one next week as well. But tonight, Victory Lane, checkered flag for the one of Cody Atkins. Corey, I said Cody. I said Cody again. Corey Atkins.
You always do that.
Yeah, Corey, Cody. I don't know. Anyway, congratulations. Here's your checkered flag. No, I'm just kidding. Here's your microphone. Now I'm gonna let you do your shout outs and sponsor plugs, Corey.
Shout out y'all for the good broadcast as always. Shout out Full Throttle, Victory Fuel, Carolina boys for sure. Hopefully we can take this win with some momentum next week and keep it clean throughout. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys.
All right, there's your winner tonight. The one of Corey Atkins getting it done for the Carolina boys, brings it home in Victory Lane here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Richie, man, that was a long one.
All I could say is I'm tired. I think I'm more tired doing this than I was in the car. But we had a little bit of everything tonight. We had obviously super speedway side-by-side racing. We had short track wrecking going on. We had some great battles going on. But glad it's over. Glad we can move on to get to a more normal racetrack next week. Get some real racing going on here.
Yeah, well, next Wednesday, we'll be at Auto Club Speedway with the Sim Racing Points Truck Series. But before that, Richie, you're going to hop in the car on Monday nights, and we're going to broadcast here on Full Throttle Television the Monday night FTSR Victory Fuel Cup Series, bringing the next-gen cars here to Atlanta this season. We'll see if we can have another great race, maybe a great finish in the Cup car as well. So we'll see you guys on Monday night and then on Wednesday night for sure. But for everybody at Full Throttle TV, for Richie Coy, Richie, I hope you had fun hanging out. We got to watch this unfold tonight. Got a first time winner in the series, so that's cool too. So
absolutely,
we'll see if we can top that next week, next Wednesday at Auto Club Speedway. But for now, Full Throttle TV, Richie Coy. My name is Brody Hanna. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week at Auto Club.